see. It ain't much, but it's enough for me.
The supply drop is a really cool little feature in Battlefield 4. I just thought I'd show you this at the start of the video. I got dropped off on the top of this building by the lovely guy in the transport chopper, and I was up there sniping people with my MBT law, and then suddenly this supply drop came along. It's really interesting actually. It allows you to change kits while you're in the game, and it can also replenish your ammo as well. So if you run out of rockets while you're next to the supply drop, you switch to another kit, switch back again, you've got all your rockets back. Don't ask me why the commander decided to put it on top of the tallest building in the whole map. It was really quite annoying because, of course, the enemy helicopters suddenly identify that you're all on top of this building, changing ammo, getting more kits and things like that. And it was a massive threat to us. So if you are the commander, please try and put it in a better place than what he did, because it actually made it really difficult for us. But moving on to the main topic of this video, and something that I really want to discuss, I want to revise some of the things that I said in my first impressions video for Battlefield 4. At that point in time, I had only played the game for around 12 hours, so I was still adjusting to what Battlefield 4 actually is. And I have to say now, having played the game for quite a substantial amount more time, I have to say that I've adjusted quite well, and I'm finding the game much more enjoyable than I did within the first 12 hours. I've moved on from playing Domination and Rush, and I've moved on to Conquest, and this is where I feel Battlefield 4 really excels as a game. In playing Domination and Rush, you're always encountering with these close quarters combat situations. And in Battlefield 4, at the current time, with the poor netcode system that still hasn't been updated yet, it doesn't really work very well, because you can just get one-shotted across the map, or at least it feels like you're getting one-shotted because all the animation is in one group, and then you've got no time to turn around to actually kill the person who was attempting to kill you in the first place. In Conquest, that's not so much of a problem because, of course, the action is more spread out. For me, the best 3 Conquest maps in the whole game by a country mile are Flood Zone, Operation Locker, and Zavod 311. Starting off with Zavod 311, for me, I think this is my favourite map in Battlefield 4. I absolutely fell in love with it when I played it at Eurogamer. I played it on Conquest and on Obliteration, and I said that Obliteration didn't work very well. I haven't played a lot of Obliteration since the game's come out for full now, but I have to say on Conquest Large, this map is a joy to play. The map itself is fairly linear, however the flag layout gives some massive flanking opportunities around the outside, and that makes sure that all the time the game is flowing, so the enemy team could sneak all the way around behind you and take the flag that's right next to your deployment, and then back rush you into the middle of the map in the factory. So the gameplay is always moving around on this map. One thing that is completely absent from Zavod 311 is sort of camping zones for snipers. The central point, the factory in the middle, has obviously got roofs on it, which makes it an ideal place for people to sit up there, but it's so easily accessible from about 7 or 8 different ladders. You can take a helicopter up there. It's very difficult for you to camp on the top of that roof for any stretch of time. As I mentioned in the previous video, the levolution on this map is fairly low key. However, I think that's a good thing because I enjoy the combat before the levolution, and on some of the maps I don't really enjoy it after the levolution has happened, Siege of Shanghai being a massive example of that. So for Zavod 311, I like the way that the gameplay seems to stay the same even after the levolution has happened. Moving on to Flood Zone, this is another really good map in Battlefield 4. And I think it's so much better when the levolution actually happens in this map. When you flood the bottom layer, it forces people up through the buildings and onto the roof, and you can have some absolutely epic battles when there are 64 players on this map. When playing this map on Conquest, the highway and the park that outlie from the main sort of centre of the map don't play a huge part in the map. If you can control the top of the roofs with the 2 flags that are up there, and the flag that's closest to your deployment, you don't even need to leave the rooftop area. Basically, you've got control of the whole map if you can control the roofs. And this isn't like Siege of Shanghai. It's pretty much a must to hold the roofs all the time. It's such a main battle area of the map, you'd be stupid not to try and keep hold of those flags all the time. It seems on Flood Zone that every single type of combat is catered for. You've got long range sniping from the park up to the roofs, and then on top of the roofs you've got medium range combat up there. Down in the buildings you've got the close quarters infantry combat, and then on the ground you've either got ground vehicles going around causing absolute havoc, or when the levees break you've got naval combat as well. All in all, this is an absolutely brilliant map, and it's one that I'm going to be playing for a long time to come. And finally we come to Operation Locker. Now people have had a stigma about this being the new Metro, and I will say there are quite a lot of choke points on this map, but there are easy ways for you to actually break around that. Because you have the option to go under, through the middle, on the outside, you can catch the enemy off guard. I know in 32 versus 32, you're always going to encounter some players whichever route you decide to take. However, if you can pick the one where most of the enemy players aren't actually going to, you'll find it very easy to flank the enemy. One quick tip that I will give you, the Levolution in this map needs to be taken down. People just simply camp in that sort of section that you can take down with the 50 cal machine guns, and it can get really annoying. So if you can get underneath it and blow it out with 4 bits of C4, you'll save yourself a massive amount of trouble all the way through the Conquest match. Trust me, it gets really annoying. I've always preferred infantry style maps in Battlefield to the all-out war that you can get on some of the maps. It's just my personal preference. So for me, Operation Locker is a great way to play Battlefield 4, and I suggest you play this map with the XP boost that you're getting in your battle packs because it's such an easy way to level up. So in playing Conquest, it's actually alleviated all the problems that I had pretty much with Battlefield 4 on the day 1 release. And I'm not usually a Conquest guy either, I prefer Rush, but I have to say in Battlefield 4 so far, it's definitely my favourite game mode. And now it's over to you guys, so what do you think of Battlefield 4 so far? What are your favourite maps? What's your favourite game mode? What's annoying you? What do you like? Let me know down in the comments, I do try and read as many as I can. But that's me done for today, guys. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Likes and comments are always appreciated. But until next time, my name is Westy, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.
Turn it down.